It feels like America's moving in that direction. You know, it wants less and less of its history, wants less and less context. You look what's happening with textbooks. Places like Florida, they want to ban textbooks or cut out the parts of the textbooks that have slavery in the books. And now parents are fighting. Parents are fighting. They're like, oh, no, take the slavery out. It's making the kids feel bad. And
Tonight, on the political roast nobody saw coming, Trevor Noah steps up to the mic, JD Vance gets hit with the truth cannon, and Donald Trump? Well, let's just say Mar-a-Lago furniture might need replacing after that meltdown. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. The South African sniper of satire, the diplomat of dragging, the prince of punchlines, Trevor Noah, armed with nothing but a mic and a mountain of receipts.
You're exactly right. Sometimes it is a little bit cheaper to manufacture overseas, but we have to ask why that is. It's because a lot of these foreign countries use literal slave labor in manufacturing. We should not be allowing slave laborers to benefit from American markets. If you want access to our market, you've got to pay our workers fair wages. That is the Trump agenda, and it's something he already implemented once, by the way, Margaret, but is going to double down on in his second term.
And now, JD Vance, you know him, author of Hillbilly Elegy, turned senator, turned full-time Trump echo machine. Once a Trump critic, now more loyal than a golden retriever in a MAGA hat.
a pay-as-you-go government. Like every 3 months, they're threatening to cut it off. Like, you're like, what do you mean? That's not a normal idea. You understand how strange that is? That's not a normal, and people are just like, will Congress, well, I don't know if Congress can, I don't think Congress is going to do it. You know what, I don't think Congress can get it done. And everyone accepts that it's normal, that Congress does not function.
Oh, that burn was so hot, JD's approval ratings dropped 3 points just from the flames. Trevor's dropping truth bombs like he's got the cheat codes to the Senate floor. And somewhere in Ohio, JD is frantically Googling how to delete your entire political past before 2018.
Mr. Vance, will you accept any deal that does not include a debt limit increase?
Look, I'll say one thing. The Democrats just voted to shut down the government, even though we had a clean CR, because they didn't want to give the president negotiating leverage during his first term, or during the first year of his new term. And number two, because they would rather shut down the government and fight for global censorship bullshit. They've asked for a shutdown, and I think that's exactly what they're going to get.
Let's talk about JD Vance, the man, the myth, the walking contradiction. Once upon a time, JD was out here calling Trump everything short of Voldemort. He called him noxious, said he was leading the white working class to a dark place. Basically had a whole Netflix special worth of insults. But fast forward a few years, and now? JD Vance is riding the Trump train like he's the conductor, ticket taker, and the dude shoveling coal.
And so one of the takeaways is not just that the Republican Party base is somehow fundamentally flawed in a way that's unique in American political history. It's that Trump is a really bad candidate, and frankly, I think a really bad person.
JD went from Trump is a threat to democracy to Trump is my political soulmate, faster than you can say poll numbers. The man's political spine is made of silly putty. In conclusion, JD Vance is living proof that if you can't beat him, just delete your tweets, bend the knee, and hope nobody screenshots your past.
Over how to spend the government's money, and the Republicans don't want them to be spending any money. And as always, whenever there's a debate in America, the two sides retreat to their echo chambers. Like, instead of sitting in a room and talking things out, and I'll be honest, guys, I'm guilty of that too. Like, in my family, we don't agree on anything politically.
And then it happened. Trump heard the roast. And y'all, he went from orange to straight-up volcanic red. Insulted, outraged, confused. Allegedly tried to call Fox News to schedule an emergency press conference, but accidentally live-streamed a golf swing instead. And here's Donnie T now, giving us Shakespeare in the original rage. Someone please tell him this isn't a wrestling promo. Or wait, don't. This is comedy gold. JD Vance trying to defend himself was like watching a possum argue with a Tesla. Just glitchy, confused, and 100% roadkill by the end.
Every dollar
that we take in and spend, you have to pay for, either through taxes or through inflation. And if we spend the American people's money more wisely, if we stop taxing and spending the American people to death, that's also going to bring relief to all of the pricing pressures that are out there. We're going to make it affordable to live in this country again.
Oh my God, he finished him. That wasn't a mic drop. That was a mic obliteration. JD Vance is going to be finding Trevor's jokes in his dreams for years. In a world where politicians flip-flop harder than pancakes at IHOP, one man stands between hypocrisy and the truth. Starring Trevor Noah, featuring JD Vance as the confused senator, and Donald Trump as the tantrum tornado. And, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell like Trump hits the all-caps button on Truth Social. You don't want to miss the next roast.